Welcome to another episode of the Love and Reality Podcast. I am your host, Ricky Valera. On today's episode, I continue my trek into the world of the challenge for the first time by recapping everything that went down in episode 6 of season 2 of the Challenge USA. Obviously, this is the last week. We are getting the double episode this Thursday. I believe will be the first solo episode, and we will have that each and every week on Thursdays, and I will be breaking it down right here on the show. Obviously, last week we saw our last episode on Thursday. We saw Cassidy get out of the cage, sending Alyssa home, screwing the green team over once again as their numbers of people are slowly but surely dwindling down. Obviously, Cassidy does have it out now for Wes, as he has made an enemy with her tonight with his snake-like tactics. Dusty is pissed because Alyssa said she was going to make a deal to keep his name off of the chart, and he ended up with 4 votes and is pissed off. Operation Hat Trick has been something that I just could not stop thinking about, and then watching it kind of unfold, the aftermath of everybody who voted somebody different, getting everybody's different name up there from our veteran challengers. And of course, Josh is gloating, and so is the rest of the vets as they're monkeying it up as everybody is yelling at each other. And all of the attention is veered off of the vets for the time being. But the funny thing about it is Michelle and her crew knew that they voted for Dusty, so they're also happy that the target is off their potential back, having had voted for him, but him going after somebody else. Today's competition is a trivia challenge, which is hilarious because you knew TJ was already excited to announce this. Fessy is everybody hates the trivia challenges because they all suck at them. Fessy is super excited because the team as a collective can answer the question. So basically they are propelled above water, and as each question is asked, if they get it wrong, the platform that they're on tilts. And then, of course, as you get more and more wrong, it tilts and tilts and tilts until you can't hang on any longer, leaving one team left. Even if it's one player left, they will win the competition. And then, of course, throw 2 people up for the possibility of elimination later that night. All right. Banana said quite possibly one of the funniest things I've heard in the season yet. He said the key to the competition is ass to glass. I'm telling you what, I have seen his t-shirt collections and what he has made. If he does not have ass to glass on a t-shirt in the very near future, he's really missing out on an incredible money-making opportunity. I'll be the first to get that one. The first question was hilarious. It's who directed Jaws. Obviously it's Steven Spielberg, but Josh kept on adding an S to Spielberg's name. He kept on saying Steven Spielberg. He said it multiple times. Blue opened the competition up getting 2 wrong right away. So they had the odds stacked against him. One of my favorite things I think of this episode, or especially this portion of the episode, TJ, like I wasn't sure how I felt about him as the host to begin with, but as you kind of see him warm up in the role, and obviously he's got relationships with a lot of these people, he was out and out hilarious, watching them just one by one slowly dwindle down. The green team was the first to kind of go down one by one. Alyssa was hanging on by a thread, and then sadly, after hanging on, she fell off herself. Tiffany was the only person that remained on the red team, and after starting off slow, the blue team is like on fire here. And of course, Cassidy is elated because she knows that she is ready to throw Wes under the bus, and I'm excited for it too. You know what I mean? He kind of dug his grave, and now it's it's time to reap what you sow, my guy. So it's time for the blue team to send in 1 woman and 1 man, put their name on the balls and put it up. Bananas and Michelle have the conversation, knowing that they don't have a choice in this. They're outnumbered, they're outgamed, and of course, if they push a little bit, then the targets could potentially be on their back in future competitions. So he said, when they ask who should go up, they will agree with whoever they say. And this is why Bananas continues to make it as far as he does in these competitions. Tiffany and Wes are the two people that get nominated. Tiffany laughs and said it's an honor and privilege. She's slowly but surely becoming one of my favorite people on the show. Wes is literally pitching to everyone for them to vote for a woman as he campaigns. And by everyone, I mean literally anyone with a pulse. He was pitching that. Everyone's like, yeah. And it seems to be that everybody was lying right to the man's face, because while Wes feels good about it, everyone else is talking and not a single person is planning to vote for a girl. It's competition time. Desi, right before the competition, Desi calls out Wes for his true colors, saying that he's out here talking about his new family, the new baby, and all these other things, and sees that he isn't. He's trying to stay in the game. He's playing the game, obviously. The votes come in, and there's a couple of girls up here. And as we've seen, all it takes is for somebody to have one ball in the hopper to get thrown into the arena for competition. Alyssa S. got 2 votes. Michaela got a vote. And Chanel got a vote. Everyone is freaking out because the girls' names are coming. But Dusty had 7 votes. 7 out of 11 balls that are going into the hopper have Dusty's name to it. And of course, Tiffany is happy as hell. Wes and Dusty, it's time. Dusty is pissed, saying all of his teammates are cowards after all of that he has done. They've backstabbed him. And then TJ hilariously pivots to Wes and asks if he has any comments about what is about to happen. And he goes, ditto. The name of the game is called Crank Shafted. Sounds like an award that you get at the porn awards, but hey, it is what it is. One person will be on the wheel while the other person has to go on the spinning shaft thing. One person is going to be standing on top of it. As they stand on top of it, the other person is going to have to retrieve 3 different wheels, and they're wrapped up in some rope. And as you do it, you have to unwrap it, and then you have to go over there and try to get the turn. If it doesn't turn, then you have to move to the next one, trying to get it to turn. Once it turns, whoever stays on the shaft the longest after it goes spinny, the person that stays on the longest obviously moves in. The person that's slowest gets to be dusted. No pun intended here for Dusty. So as you're watching the competition, you have it made up in your mind 1,000% that Dusty has won this competition. Dusty made quick work of it, like really fast. When Wes fell, Bananas came over to kind of comfort him, and Wes kind of acted like a dick, which is weird because like he whined and cried to Bananas, but then now like when he kind of tried to comfort him a little bit, he was a dick, but whatever. But as we're sitting here, TJ announces that there was 37 seconds difference between our winner and our loser. And as Wes is prepared to hear his name that he's going home, we find out that Wes won the competition. Yes, Wes won the competition. We were all blown away. Everybody was blown away. Everybody there was blown away. Cassidy was already like sleeping good that night, burying his grave. She was excited. I was like, dude, they got rid of another vet. It's over, done, bloom. Nobody saw this coming. Nobody did. It was insane. I was completely blown away by this. Just when I tell you guys, I'm watching this and I'm like, wait, what? Did he say Wes won, or Wes is going? Like, completely blown away that Wes won the competition, and obviously he's coming back for vengeance. Of course, TJ gives him the opportunity before he has the chance to, before the end of the episode, he tells him that he has a chance to swap teams. And he said, every single team hurt his feelings, which was pretty funny. He says, I am taking Chris's spot on the blue team and forcing him to go to the green team. Obviously, this reunites him with a couple of the vets, including Bananas. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out over the next couple of episodes as they kind of start honing in and buckling up for future competitions and episodes. The green team still is dwindling down in numbers, but Chris wasn't exactly thrilled about going to the green team, as he felt like he was solidifying his spot on the blue team. That being said, that was this week's episode of the Challenge USA. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to another breakdown. after, like I said, starting this Thursday, we dive into one episode a week, dropping on Thursdays. I will be recapping those. You'll be able to find the recaps right here on my YouTube channel. Thank you guys for the continued support and checking these out. And make sure this week's content is locked and loaded. So if you just aren't, or you're a fan of the challenge, awesome. If you're a fan of any other show, I'm also covering the Fight to Survive, which is on the CW network that also airs on Thursday. That's been incredible to watch and watch unfold. The Ultimatum is heating up. We have the reunion and the final episodes and the reunion dropping on Wednesday. I have coverage of that. I've got full interviews with the cast of the Ultimatum dropping as well. Thank you guys so much for the continued support on the YouTube channel with the watch, the liking, the subscribing, the comments. They're just, I'm just so thankful for all of that. So thank you guys so much for listening, and I'll talk to you guys next week.